Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's me, Pam, here at Subtle Beauty. Guys, if you're interested in wanting to know how I achieve this simple, easy, shimmered everyday eye look using one of Colourpop's quad palettes here, guys, then please continue watching. Okay, guys, we are diving right on in. The first thing I pull out here is one of my favorite concealers. This is by the brand Too Faced, and this is also in the shade medium tan. I apply very little of this to my eyelids. As you could tell, for a mature woman, I am suffering from hyperpigmentation here. I also try to make sure I use very little product when it comes to the eyelids. Okay, and as I'm blending this concealer out, I'm making sure I get right into the crevices of the inner portion of my eye. Okay, because I do want to make sure I have a smooth blank canvas to work with once I apply my eyeshadows. Now I will be going into setting my eyelids as you see me doing here. I'm using the powder by NYX, my setting powder here. And while I'm setting my eyelid, I'm also setting my brow bone area. Firm believer, guys, that less is more. Going into the palette here, the very first matte shadow that I'm going to tap into is called Drizzle. Okay, then I will be using this shade here into the transitional area of my eyelid. Now, as I apply this eyeshadow, you will also notice that taking my Morphe brush or any soft blending brush here, I tries real hard not to disturb my eyelid in itself. I let the bristles of the brush do the work for me. So I'm using a very light hand, sweeping this color back and forth into the transitional area. I'm tapping back into that color again, just to intensify it just a tad bit more. Okay, after blending this out here, I'm going into the next matte shade, and that shade here is called Extra Syrup. Now this shade, I will be applying it to the outer portion of my eyelid, but first I'm going to tap it into place. And again, I'm using the light hand doing that as well. And I'm also getting ready to go back into that color because I want to intensify this too. Now, once I got the color that I was looking for, you see me going into some smaller circular motions here, blending this shade out. Okay, and I'm also taking it midway into the eyelid, okay, right above the crease line. Just trying to make sure that this shade and the transitional shade both are looking great together. I came back with the same transitional brush, just making sure everything is looking cohesive. Now, the very first shimmer shade that you see me getting ready to go into, that shade is called Glazy, and it has a real pretty light peach undertone, if you will. I am applying this to the very center of my eyelid. Now, as I'm sweeping this shade on the eyelid, I'm making sure it is brought down all the way to the lash line. Again, I'm tapping into that same color to intensify it as well. This is a very pretty shade, guys. Now I'm getting ready to merge the two together. This shade and the shade I applied for my outer V. Now the last and final shimmer shade in this palette is called Scooped, and that will be the shade I will be going into. I took a small angled blending brush here, guys, and I'm applying this shade directly into the inner portion of my eyelid. Perfect for a brush such as this. Those two shimmers together are awesome, making the eyeshadow look stand out even more, which is exactly what I wanted. Now I'm back with my same transitional brush I used. I did not add any more product. I'm just brushing over top of where I applied the shimmer shades to make sure everything is well blended. Going into one of my favorite mascaras here. This one's by Maybelline. And I'm applying just very little bit of this to my upper lash line. I don't go in heavy with any mascara by any means. And I very seldom apply any to the lower lash line, but I will sweep a little across the bottom part of my eyelid. Okay, after applying my mascara, guys, we going into some lashes I bought at my local beauty supply store. Now, I did previously try these lashes on my eye to know that they were too long, so I snipped just a tad bit off the tail end of them. Now, once I apply my lash and get it in place, I do go behind it with my fingers just to merge the falsies with my natural lashes. I go back again with the same transitional brush to make sure everything is well blended. And if you guys like this look, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you later.